Yes, let's do our little doctor's appointment on you today, shall we? Now then, I was supposed to be doing a hearing test. Is that correct? Good. A hearing test for the adorable little creature in my office today. I can't think of anything better, honestly. Okay, the first thing we need to do for the hearing test today, my perhaps was that a little creature? Good. Excellent. There we go. You've performed very well indeed during the beep test. That's excellent. That is absolutely excellent. Off to a very good start, little creature. Off to a very good start indeed. Now then, what shall I do with you next? One moment whilst I get some supplies. First things first, my little creature. I'm going to put some gloves on so that I can utilize them. Utilize the gloves for making sounds. Okay, one moment. Hear that? The sound of my gloves playing through the headphones that you're wearing. Good. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sound either to the left or to the right side of your head, and you're going to tell me which side it's coming from. Okay, my little creature. Very good. You understand? Very good. Right, let's do it now. What side of your head was that coming from? Left or right? Excellent. What side of your head was that coming from? Correct. What side of your head was that coming from? Good. What side of your head was that coming from? Good. Okay, we shall move on to something else. Now, another type of sound. What's that, my little creature? I should have done something other than just alternating from one side of your head to the other every single time, because it was very predictable. Little creature, who is the doctor here? Am I the doctor, or are you the doctor? Oh, that's right, I'm the doctor, aren't I? Yes, indeed. So maybe, little creature, you should spend a bit less time criticizing me and my doctor abilities, my doctor competence, and more time focused on completing this test. Okay, how about that, little creature? For a little creature, you've got some very big opinions, haven't you? Yes, indeed. In fact, for a little creature, you've got a big mouth, haven't you? Yes, indeed. Well, why don't we try and keep those little opinions to ourselves, and let's focus on doing this hearing test, shall we? side of your head? Left or right? Good. What side of your head was that? Left or right? Good. Okay, my little creature, I can see on your face, even with your eyes closed, that you're getting bored, aren't you? You're getting bored. You're one of these little creatures that need to be entertained constantly with change. Constant change. Things can't remain the same, otherwise you get bored, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's okay. We shall move on to another object now, my little creature. Now then, close your eyes again, little creature. I am going to be making a sound either to the left or to the right side of your head, and you are going to tell me which side of your head the sound comes from. Is that understood? Good. Let us begin. What side of your head was that sound, little creature, left or right? Good. Again. And what about that, little creature? What side of your head was that? Good. Again. And what about that, little creature? Left or right? Good. What about that, little creature? Left or right? Good. Good, 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 good. Excellent, 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 excellent. Now then, my little creature, keeping those eyes closed, tell me which side of your head this sound is, left or right. Okay, here we go. What side of your head was that, left or right? Good. What side of your head was that? Good. What side of side of your head was that? Good. What 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 side of your head was that? Good. Okay, my little creature. Okay. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to count the total number of sounds that you hear. They're going to be clicks, okay, little clicks. So listen closely. How many clicks was that? Good. 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 Good, good, good. I can't believe it, but some of these little clicky things, some of the colours, they click better than others. Look, that one. They feel different. Maybe you can't tell from the sound alone. Maybe you can, but the click on the green, the mint green is not good. It's not good. It feels different to the others. It feels like it's struggling. I guess that's what I get for buying cheap, nasty rubbish, isn't it? Perhaps you may have seen, my little creature, the nice versions of these that, you know, they're popular, they're semi-popular. You might have seen them in videos online. Some of them light up, you know, like RGB style. They light up. This is obviously the cheap, nasty version. My apologies, the budget is not very big for my doctor's office, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's okay. We do the best with what we've got. We do the best with what we've got. Now, let's do some more hearing tests, shall we, my little creature? I am now going to make some sounds, my little creature, and I want you to tell me when the sounds stop. Okay, so listen carefully. the sound. Okay, let's give that a try now. Good, that's right. Let's keep doing that. Good. 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 Okay. That's enough of that. You know, I do absolutely adore and love these things, but I'm not so sure that they're very popular, you know, with my patients. Maybe they're just not particularly tingly, but I just like them. You know, I like the sound, I like the aesthetic quality. I just like them for some reason. Lovely. Let's move on to the next thing, shall we? Let's do the same sort of test where you now have to tell me when you hear a sound. Okay. Good. 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 There we go. That's nice, isn't it? What's that, my little creature? I can see by the look on your face that you have another opinion, don't you? Well, why don't you share your opinion with the class? Speak up, go on, don't be afraid. Say it with your chest, little creature. That sound right there, the creaking of the floorboards, it's detracting from the hearing test. Are you absolutely out of your mind, little creature? Are you absolutely out of mind? Or you have something else to say? What else do you have to say, little creature? The sound of the cars outside the office, they're also detracting from the experience, are they? Are they really? Are they really? Well, excuse me, my little creature, for not being able to control the outside world, okay? And for also not being able to control the squeakiness of my floorboards, okay? I cannot control every minute detail of life, okay? Unfortunately, that's how it is. Life is a little bit chaotic, and we simply have to do the best that we can with the circumstances as they are, okay? Listen to those people slamming their doors outside. Listen to this as well. You like that, don't you? The creaky floorboards, you like it. I'm teasing you. You don't like it. I know. I can tell. It detracts from the overall experience. Whatever. We simply must do the best we can with what we've got. Isn't that right, my little creature? Isn't that right? Okay. Is there anything else that I want to do with you today? I mean, my little creature, we could keep making sounds all day long, testing your hearing, but I think that I'm satisfied with what I've seen today. I think that your hearing, little creature, is actually very good, very good. I might even go so far as to say that it is excellent. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, from a doctorly So, I'm happy to say that that's the end of the hearing test today, and I will send you off on your way to go about your little creature life, whatever it is you might be doing. You know, off you go and have fun. Good luck out there, little creature. Take care, and perhaps I will see you again in the future for more doctor stuff, you know what I'm saying? Good. Go on, little creature. Out into the world you go. Go on and grasp the world, and make it yours, you know what I'm saying? Have a good day. Have a good day out there. Goodbye. Goodbye, little creature. Hello there, little creature. Didn't I see you last week or something like that for a hearing test? Isn't that right? Yes, I remember, little creature. It's actually quite difficult to forget someone like you. You know what I'm saying? You're ever so small, it makes you kind of unique and peculiar, and that sticks out in my little brain. Yes, indeed. Well then, my little creature, what are we doing today? Ah yes, a cranial nerve exam, isn't that correct? Yes, indeed, my little creature. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's just jump right into it then, shall we? Let's not faff about or waste any time. The first thing I need to do with you, little creature, is test your ability to taste things. Can you taste things? We're about to find out, little creature. I have got three bottles of artificial flavors for you to identify. But before I apply them to your little tiny tongue, I need to shake them up, okay? So just give me a second, little creature. Okay, what I'm going to do as well is transfer them into a little dropper, and then I'm going to drop the flavor into your tiny little mouth. Because you know, if I pour this directly in there, goodness me, goodness knows what will happen. Your mouth is so small I could accidentally waterboard you, I guess. That wouldn't be very good now, would it? No. Let's just transfer this into this little bottle as well. Okay, that's good. Okay, excellent. I have some of the artificial flavor right here in this dropper. Open up that tiny little mouth of yours, please. In it goes. good start to the cranial nerve exam, my little creature, but we must continue. We must continue. There are more tests to be done. Of course. Okay, now then, the second test is quite similar, actually. The second test is the smell test. Okay, the smell test. Now, I have 3 bottles of artificial smells for you to identify for me, little creature. Let me shake up each bottle though, okay? Okay, my little creature. Are you ready to do a little bit of sniffing? I'm going to hold this right next to your little nostril, and you're going to have a sniff for me, okay? What do you think that smells like, little creature? What do you think it smells like? Mint. It smells like mint. Oh yes, indeed it is minty fresh, delightful, excellent, great job, little creature. On to smell number 2. Could you sniff that for me, little creature? And tell me, little creature, what does that smell like? Lavender. It smells like lavender. Yes, indeed, it does, my little creature. How absolutely excellent your nostrils and your sense of smell appear to be. However, we must do one more smell, okay? Just one more, little creature. Hang in there. eyes are working in tip-top condition. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you say so? Wouldn't you agree? What do you mean you're not the doctor? I'm the doctor. I'm supposed to be the one that's evaluating you here. I am evaluating you. I was just trying to include you, little creature. Trying to make you feel like you're included. Is that such a bad thing? No. No, it's not. No. Okay, silly me, I guess I'll just keep being a doctor then, shall I? Fine. Let me get my next implement. Little creature, I'm going to be making some observations of your eyes. If you could simply stare directly ahead, like you have no thoughts in that brain whatsoever. That should be an easy task for you, do you know what I'm saying? Just a little joke, little creature, just a little joke. I don't mean anything by that, of course. Okay, just keep letting me shine the light in your eyes, okay, in various different places. I know it's bright, little creature, I know it is bright. That's the whole point. That is the whole point. So that I can see how your pupils are reacting. And so I can illuminate every millimeter, every nanometer of your eyes, so that I can see if there are any problems. You know what I'm saying, little creature? You know what I'm saying? You don't know, do you? Because you're not a doctor. You're just a little creature. What do little creatures like you even do with their lives? What's the day-to-day life of a little creature like? I do wonder. Okay, that's excellent now. It just look straight ahead once again. Ignore everything I'm doing, okay? I'm just making some key observations. Interesting. Stay right there, little creature. Stay right there. Open your tiny little mouth for me, please. I'm going to try and use this tongue depressor. It's a bit big, isn't it, for you, probably, but we'll see. We'll make it work, okay? Open your mouth. Go on. It's okay. It'll fit. Let's just get it right in there, shall we? Now, just let me make some observations. Okay, what about if I cover half your face, okay? If I cover half your face, it's difficult. Your face is so small. What if I use this, actually? Is that better if I use this? Is that better? Possibly. Okay. Here we go, let's see. Okay, the other side. It needs to be done. The other side needs to be done. Put that there. Okay, just put that there. And you be cooking. ears, did you? Okay. Yes, tapping on your face is essential right now. This is a part of the testing. Okay, I'm the doctor, you're the patient. You shall allow me to conduct any and all necessary tests. It is medical. Essential. Medical. You know what I'm saying? You can trust me. I'm a doctor. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, let me examine those ears of yours now. Those ears on the side of your head, on the side of your head. Look. I need to get my otoscope. Stay right there. So I'm just starting to assemble my otoscope. Be patient, okay? Be patient, little creature. This bloody thing's very fiddly, isn't it? It's very small, like you, actually. And it's difficult for someone like me, with my massive hands, my giant massive hands, to really assemble it. Why is that not sitting? Why is that not sitting? This is what I get for buying otoscopes off Amazon, isn't it? You know what I wanted to get recently, my little creature? You know those little chiropractor tools, those adjustment tools, they're like click, 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 click. I wanted to get one of those, so I searched for them on Amazon. £60 was the cheapest one. £60 bloody pound, can you believe it? And that was the cheap rubbish one. The actual good chiropractor adjustment tools, they're like hundreds of pounds. There's even one for over £1,000. Over £1,000, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh, there we go. There we go. Managed to get it in eventually, didn't I? Oh, excellent. We're ready. We're ready to go. How bombastic. How cool. Let me have a look inside that ear of yours then, shall I? Oh, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? That's absolutely disgusting. That's absolutely absurd. I can't remember the last time I saw that amount of earwax. What are you doing with your life, little creature? You seem to be producing an obscene amount of earwax. That's unusual. Let me check the other ear of yours, okay? Let me check the other ear of yours. Maybe the other ear will be better. Maybe it'll be better. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. This ear, I think this one's even worse than the other ear. What the flip? What the flip? That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. That's foul. Foul. Okay. What I'm going to do, little creature, is I am going to book you in for an ear cleaning appointment. Okay, I can't do it now. I can't do it now because that alone will take at least 30 minutes. Okay, roughly. I would think so. I would think so. Looking at these absolutely foul ear of yours. Absolutely foul ears. Okay, but that will be next week, I think. Next week, something like that. Okay, I'll book you in for an ear cleaning. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, your precious little head. You'll be just fine. We'll get these ears cleaned out for you. Okay, let's get these ears cleaned out. But next week. Now, for now, I think I will conduct a couple of very simple hearing tests on you, okay, just to make certain that you can actually hear, because I don't want you to send you out of this clinic if your hearing ability is impaired, you know what I'm saying? That might be dangerous, it might be dangerous, it might affect your safety in your day-to-day life, you know what I'm saying? Hearing is important, hearing is very important indeed. Let me get some objects so we can conduct some hearing tests, okay? this object, my little creature? A green spiky ball. Green spiky ball. I love green spiky ball. I love it. I simply love it. Now close your eyes. Close your eyes, little creature. Do not open them and do not cheat. And don't listen to the rumbling of my tummy. Rumbly tummy. Rumbly tummy. I haven't had breakfast yet, okay? Your appointment is very early for me, you know. Very early for me. So let's get it done. Let's get it done. Right. Keep your eyes closed. Listen to the sound. Tell me what side of your head it comes from. The left or the right, okay? Was that left or was that right? Good. Was that left or was that right? Good. Was that left or was that right? Good. Was that left or was that right? Good, okay, I'm going to grab another object. We're going to do the same test with a very different type of sound, okay? Left or right? Good. 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 Okay, let's do another object. Left or right? Good. 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 And as a bonus test, did you hear the rumbling of my tummy at the end there? Okay, good. Good, that's a good sign. You know what? I'm actually quite satisfied that your hearing ability is good, despite the fact that you have an abnormal amount of earwax in your ears. Okay, so despite being abnormal, you are am so professional and competent that every single one is an absolute gem. It's perfect, it's excellent, it's wonderful. Should you ever need anything else, you come to me right away, little creature. Okay, right away, and I shall be more than happy to perform a little test on you, okay? Okay, good. Well then, my little creature. I will see you next week for some ear cleaning, shan't I? Yes, indeed. I'll see you next week for some ear cleaning. And until then, take care, my little creature. Take care. Goodbye. Hello there, little creature. I do believe that you are in today for a hearing test. Oh, actually, no, not a hearing test, an ear cleaning. That's right, isn't it? Yes, I remember now. Last week, what did I do? I did a cranial nerve exam with you, and the week before, I did a hearing test. That is correct. And I remember now, I looked inside those ears of yours, little creature, last week, and I was absolutely appalled by what I saw in them. So much earwax, it was shocking, absolutely shocking, little creature. So today we must clean out those ears of yours, mustn't we? Yes, we must. We can't go around with ears full of wax now, can we? No. That would be ridiculous. We need to be able to hear as much as possible. Yes, indeed. Let me get my gloves on first, little creature, so that you know I can check around the ear and get in there, really get in those ears without getting my hands all disgusting and waxy. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my gloves. Assembly took it. I always struggle to assemble my otoscope. It's just so small, like you. So small and fiddly. Now I want that stay in there. let's have a little look. Let me position this absolutely perfectly. We need to get the absolute most perfect position in order to see those ears. Ah yes, I remember now exactly what I saw last week. I remember the absolute horrors inside your ears. The absolute horrors beyond human comprehension. Beyond human comprehension. So much earwax that it is beyond human comprehension. Right. This, we need to get in here immediately. We need to stop wasting time, don't we? Don't we, little creature? Yes, we do. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting time. I have an ear cleaning liquid solution. I'm going to shake it up and then we're going to stick it in your ears, okay? Okay, I do need to just transfer this though into a little dropper bottle. A little dropper bottle. Oh gosh, that's on tight, isn't it? Screwed that at last. Oh yes, it was me. Me. Yes. Okay, we need to transfer this into the dropper bottle. For easy application because your ears are so small. Little creatures, so small. That's that bottle, nice and secure. Excellent. Okay, oh, there it is. The cleaning solution, the ear cleaning solution. Okay, tilt your head to the side, my little creature. Tilt your head to the side. Let's get a little bit of ear cleaning solution in there, shall we? Excellent. You can probably hear a fizzing sound right now, can't you, my little creature? Yes, indeed. Let me get some in your other ear, okay? Tilt your head to the other side for me, my little creature. Tilt your head to the other side. Oh, look at that. Excellent application of the ear cleaning solution, okay? So, now, my little creature, you can hear most likely the fizzing sound in your ears. That fizzing sound is going to last quite some time. That is the long-lasting ear cleaning solution you've got there. Long-lasting ear cleaning solution. In your ears. Okay, that's going to last like 30 minutes. Something like that. Okay, something like that. So you can look forward to that little snap, crack, pop sound in your ears for the next 30 minutes. That's just going to help to dissolve all that hard earwax. That nasty hard earwax. It's going to soften it up, dissolve it, and then I'm going to remove it with a variety of little tools. Let me get cleaning tool number 1. Cleaning tool number 1, my little creature, is this absolute beast of a tool. I like to call this the salt and pepper tool, and you might understand why once I begin the application, the method of use. Okay, here we go. Let's begin. suction tool. The suction tool. The suction tool. Let me prepare the suction tool. Now then, my little creature, whilst I'm using this tool, it might look to your eye, to your untrained, non-medical eye, that I am simply sucking air through the tube into my mouth, but that is not what is happening. Okay, because if that was the case, then I would be sucking your earwax out of your ear and into my mouth. That would be absolutely absurd, wouldn't it? That would be disgusting. That actually seems like some sort of borderline fetish, doesn't it? Something like a freak would be into that. Do I look like a freak to you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Everything that I indulge in is absolutely vanilla. We are talking 3 minutes of strictly missionary. 3 minutes strictly missionary. And then a little kiss on the forehead, maybe a cuddle afterwards, and that's it. It's absolutely it. No freaky business here. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. But enough of that absolute nonsense. Let us begin sucking. There we go, my little creature. I do believe that little suction tool has done wonders inside those ears of yours. A lot of that wax, a lot of the loose debris inside your ears has now been sucked away like a vacuum cleaner. Okay, but my little creature, we are not done yet. Are you out of your little mind? Are you out of your little mind? Out of your little mind? Out of your little mind? No, we have more cleaning to do. Let me get the next tool. Now then, my little creature, it is time to use this sponge. This sponge to really get in those ears, you know what I'm saying? We're talking abrasive style, baby. Abrasive style. Let me just get in there and really give it a good clean, okay? Just really get in there. trust in your biological processes to look after you, little creature, because I'm certain the human body can adapt to anything and overcome anything. Yes, I'm talking about the vitality of the human body. What an absolute engineering feat. Shout out to God for that one. Let's move on to the next tool, shall we? The loofah. The loofah. Let me just get it right inside your ears immediately, huh? Let's get right inside those ears with the loofah. People underestimate the loofah. They underestimate it. They think it is merely a device used in the shower for lathering up stuff and getting it all over your body and getting your body clean, but that is foolish, absolutely foolish. To only use it for that purpose, for the purpose for which it was intended, is ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. You simply have to be imaginative. Imagine using things only for their intended purpose. Foolishness, limiting yourself based on the rules set by others. That is absolute foolishness. You know, little creature, you can actually just do anything you want at any time in your life, right? You know that, don't you? I'm being serious right now. Little creature. You can do anything that you want at any time in your life. Do not allow the limiting beliefs and rules, made up rules from other people, to limit yourself, limit your choices and your actions in life. Think outside the box, my little creature. Think for yourself and do what you please. Overcome any and all problems by any means necessary. Do not feel like you need to follow some sort of arbitrary rule or code that has been created by somebody else. It existed just as a thought in their mind, and then they spoke it out loud, and then maybe they even wrote on a piece of paper, and it became some sort of legislation, some sort of legally binding nonsense. Absolute waffle. The only thing that matters in this life, little creature, is whether you can do it or not. Is someone going to physically stop you from doing it? If they are, then that is a problem. If they aren't, then there is no problem. Simply do it. And if they do try to stop you, maybe give them hell, little creature. Maybe give them absolute hell. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying, little creature. I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes thoughts, they just drift through my mind. I don't even think they're my own. I think they belong to someone else. I think somebody put them there. Somebody put thoughts inside my mind. Who did that? Who's responsible for these thoughts? It can't be me. Look at me. Do I look like I'm capable of thoughts? No. Let us continue with the cleaning, my little creature. And the next tool is quite interesting indeed. saw my knee, didn't you, little creature? You just saw my knee, and if you saw my knee, then you possibly realize that I'm wearing camo pants. Camo pants with a white shirt and tie. That's an absolute fashion nightmare, not to mention unprofessional. A doctor wearing camo pants with a shirt and tie. What absolute absurdity. But, my little creature, you should consider yourself grateful that I'm wearing pants at all. Don't you understand? In the comfort of my own office, my little creature, I often go around pantless. But you don't get to say that. You don't get to say that. No, you're not so lucky. Let us move on to the next ear cleaning implement. My little creature, my little creature. Look at this peculiar little thing that I have here. Can you even really make it out? Or does that just look like a black object? A black object. What it actually is a minute brush. A minute brush. Look how absolutely minute it is. This thing is actually tinier than you. You're a tiny little creature, but this thing is tinier. Can you believe it? I don't know where I got this from, or what its purpose is, but I simply found it one day amongst my many possessions, so we're going to use it, aren't we? Let me just see for a moment. What is that like, little creature? Is that any good? Or is that too subtle? Can't tell. Sometimes I can't tell if something's simply too subtle. But sometimes the subtlety is good, isn't it? Sometimes we just get a little bit experimental with it, my little creature, you know what I'm saying? That's how you discover wonderful new things. You're not going to discover new things by doing the same bloody thing all the time, are you? Don't play things so safely. Sometimes, you know, it's good to take a risk, to do things differently. Yes, it might flop. It might absolutely flop. But it doesn't really matter, does it? Come on now, my little creature. If you are afraid of a little flop every now and then no progress shall be made, shall it? You shall stagnate like a pond full of pond scum. You don't want to be a pond full of pond scum, do you, my little creature? No, you don't. Let me just see, well, if I really get in your ear. That, I imagine, sounds a little loud. Different. Does it sound good though? Oh, bloody knows, we shan't know until later, shall we? You know, my little creature, have you noticed some of these doctors? They wear earphones, headphones, whatever you want to call them, whilst they're doing this. And it's like hooked up, isn't it? Hooked up to the microphone, so you can hear the sounds live. But I think that is a waste of time, an absolute waste of time, because the audio that you hear live is nothing like the audio you hear in editing through the device. The final audio, it doesn't sound the same. It simply does not. You can kid yourself and say that it does, but it does not. So it's a bloody waste of time, in my opinion. In my opinion. fizzing sound. Can you still hear the fizzing sound? I think you can, can't you, little creature? You can. You look almost comatose there. You look comatose. Enjoying it that much, are you? That's okay, little creature, that's okay. You can take all the enjoyment you want out of today's cleaning session. I'm not going to begrudge you for feeling good, you know. Sometimes it's difficult to even feel good in this life, isn't it? This life can be so difficult at times, so tiring, a struggle, a constant struggle at times, so certainly I will not begrudge you taking pleasure in the small things in life. Just a little moment of relaxation. Certainly. I do believe, though, my little creature, that this brush has removed all the earwax that it is going to be able to remove, and so we must move on to the next implement. At once, post-haste, move on to the next implement. Post-haste. Okay, what is the next implement? Ah, yes, the spoolie. Of course, the spoolie. You know, I didn't even really know what a spoolie was before watching ASMR videos. Of course, I've seen girls use this for various mysterious things indeed, but I didn't know it was called a spoolie. What a peculiar and wonderful invention. I'm just concentrating a little bit, my little creature. I hope you don't mind, little creature. Sometimes I need to concentrate, and then I go non-verbal. I hope that's okay. Sometimes my little brain, it can't do two things at once. It can't talk and concentrate. That's obscene. To expect me to talk and concentrate at the same time, that's absolutely ridiculous. What do I look like? A high-performance computer with a lot of RAM? You know, my little creature. I used to be very organized when it comes to these appointments. You know what I'm saying? I used to write little bullet points, a short list of bullet points to give me an idea of what I wanted to do during the appointments with you, and what implements and things I wanted to use. But recently, my little creature, I've started to do things a little bit differently. I've started to simply gather a bunch of different objects and absolutely and totally wing it with no bullet points, no idea what the hell I'm doing at all. None at all, absolutely none. And I just do what I want when I want. some way. However, the idea of entirely giving up, desire and will for things, I think that is, I don't know how to describe it, weak, I suppose, in some ways, because if you want something, then you should attempt to get it. You should attempt to get it, whether or not you get it. That's up to you, that's up to your own skill, ability, desire, discipline, I don't know, it depends what you're trying to get, what you're trying to achieve. But this whole topic, it is interesting and difficult, isn't it? I find that about so many things, though maybe that's just my brain, maybe it's feeble. Do I look like I have a feeble mind? Unruly feeble brain? I don't know. But I think if you want something, you should pursue it and attempt to get it. And how far you're willing to go to get it, that's up to you entirely. I don't think you should really listen to others either. Other people with their bias and their emotions, their jealousy. Sometimes people will see you making changes in your life, positive changes, attempting to obtain things, attempting to be more successful, and they will try and hold you back, won't they? They will try and sabotage you. Crabs in a bucket. That's the analogy, isn't it? You put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, and as soon as one begins to escape, the others claw it back down into the bucket with them. Because the crabs are small-minded creatures, and they don't like to see other people succeeding whilst they themselves are still in the bucket. And there are many human beings and other creatures that are exactly like this. They are eternally in the bucket, and they expend all their time and energy clawing others down so that they will remain in the bucket with them, as opposed to spending their time and energy trying to get out of the bucket themselves, or maybe even helping others to get out of the bucket. Now, isn't that a wild thought indeed? Perhaps we should use our time and energy to help others out of the bucket, maybe even at cost to our own position. That would be very selfless, altruistic and virtuous, don't you think? Admirable qualities indeed. Qualities that we see too rarely, unfortunately, too infrequently. My little creature, do you know what? I do believe that we have finished cleaning out your ears. I can actually see right now with my little human eye, just by peering into your ear holes, with my naked eye alone, I can see that they are clean as F, clean as a whistle. How are whistles clean? Why are whistles considered to be clean? That's strange, isn't it? It's just like any other object. No excessive cleaning goes into whistles, does it? I don't know. What a strange saying. Clean as a whistle. Why is that? Why does that exist? I don't know. Oh well, my little creature, I do believe it is time to say goodbye. Yes, I know, my little creature, I know. I enjoy our time together as well. I enjoy our appointments. I do. But it's okay, little creature. There will be more appointments in the future. There will. I promise you. I promise you, my little creature. I promise you. We shall do some more things in the future together. But for now, I do believe that your ears are nice and clean. Absolutely experimental in the medical community. This is a new form of therapy designed to relax you and alleviate any anxieties or worries that you might have. We're going to get rid of all of those nasty little anxieties and worries and concerns, all those thoughts in your head. They're going to be gone. Absolutely gone. Yes, indeed. And this experimental therapy that I'm talking about is drawing on your face. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, little creature. It sounds a little bit strange, doesn't it? Indeed it does. Indeed it does. But rest assured, my little creature, that any drawing that I do today on your face, it shall wash right off, okay? So you can just take a shower after today's appointment and it will all go away. Do you shower, little creature? Now that I think about it, you are so small. If you took a shower, you might wash away down the plug hole. Does that happen? Do you take showers, little creature? And if you don't, how do you keep clean? Never mind. That's not important. That's none of my business, is it? That's your personal hygiene. Okay, enough rambling and being silly. Let's begin drawing on that beautiful face of yours, shall we, little creature? Let me just get some coloring pencils from my pencil case. My little doggy pencil case. Can you see? Can you see my little doggy pencil case? It's very old, I'm afraid. Oh, he's got a hole between his eyes. Oh goodness me. And he's got a stylish little ear piercing here. A pop rivet ear piercing. What a stylish little dog. What about this green color to begin with? What do you think about that, little creature? A lovely little green color. I actually adore this color green. It's quite nice, don't you think so? What would you say it's like apples, perhaps? Apples. that we are just one thing out of billions. I actually think the opposite, little creature. I actually think that it should be relaxing. It should encourage us to worry less. To worry less, indeed. Because why is it your responsibility to worry about everything in the world? Why is it your responsibility to solve all the world's problems? It is not, my little creature. No. It is not your responsibility, little creature, to worry about all the big, scary things in the world, you know what I'm saying? All the big things in the world. You can just leave that up to God, you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't believe in God, there is surely something higher out there. Surely something higher out there in the universe. And even if you don't believe in anything, you must admit that the universe has a way of ticking and going. It just keeps on going no matter what, doesn't it? And it all works out in the end, ultimately. It all works out in the end. But I believe, personally, that all the big things in the world, you know, the big, important things, God will take care of those. God will take care of those. There's no worry. That is not your responsibility. That is the responsibility of God or of the universe to make sure that everything will run smoothly and work out perfectly in the end. Think of the universe as a tapestry. The entire universe as a beautiful tapestry. Obviously it's a beautiful one because the universe and the world and life is full of beauty and magic and wonder. Of course, that is undeniable. That is undeniable. You go outside in the world, you witness and experience beauty all the time. It's just incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. So, my friend, my little creature, imagine the universe as a tapestry and imagine yourself as a single thread in this tapestry. And there are countless threads making up the beautiful tapestry. And you, my little creature, are just one thread. So it's not your responsibility to be concerned about the whole tapestry, about keeping it together and making sure that everything's okay. No. That would be absurd. And yet, my little creature, you are one thread that makes up the tapestry, that makes up the beautiful tapestry of the universe and of the world and of life. You are an essential part, absolutely essential. Imagine if that one thread was to unravel analogy or metaphor? What is the difference between an analogy and a metaphor? I don't know. One of the many things that my small little brain doesn't know. That's okay. It's okay to have a small little brain and to not know things. But another analogy or metaphor similar to the tapestry is thinking of a beach. Think of a beach, my little creature. A lovely little beach. It's massive, it's golden, it's sandy. Of course. Well, actually, you can get pebble beaches, can't you? But pebble beaches, they kind of suck, don't they? Let's be real. As much as I like pebbles, pebble beaches, no. Sandy beaches all the way, baby. Lemon on that golden sand. But just think about the golden sand, the golden sandy beach. It's beautiful. It's warm. It's soft between your toes and on the soles of your feet, on your bare feet, as you walk on it. How many grains of sand are there on a beach? Billions, surely billions. Infinite. Maybe there's an infinite number of grains on a beach, grains of sand on a beach. Now, my little creature, you are like one grain of sand on that beach, and so am I. I'm like another little single grain on the beach, grain of sand. And yet, together, the billions of us, we form together to make a beautiful golden sandy little beach. But individually, we're very small indeed, aren't we? If we think about it. Very small, just like you. Very small indeed. Even me, really. Even though I'm so much larger than you, in the great grand scheme of things, I'm also very small. I think it is important to remember that. Just be a single grain of sand on the beach. And of course, every grain of sand is unique, isn't it, my little creature? Yes, it is. Every grain of sand is a slightly different shape and a slightly different color and all sorts, slightly different roughness and smoothness, but we all come together to make a beautiful golden beach in the end, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters, isn't it, little creature? Let us all come together and be a beautiful golden beach. You know what I'm saying? Am I making any sense, little creature? Or am I talking absolute waffle? Absolute absurdity. Nonsense. Is that what I'm doing? Is this therapy working? This experimental medical therapy of trying to relax you. Are you feeling relaxed right now, little creature? I hope so. You know, it's awfully busy in the doctors today. In the other offices, I can hear people making loud noises and running around and all sorts. I hope it hasn't been too noticeable, though I think maybe not. Hopefully not. You know, I do my best to keep a nice, peaceful and relaxing environment for you. Of course, my little creature. I want the best for you. Absolutely. In all areas of life. Why don't we all help each other succeed in life and achieve our dreams? When was the last time we asked each other what our dreams and our goals and our ambitions were? Maybe we could help each other. Achieve our dreams and goals and our ambitions. After all, we all have different skills, don't we? Some of us are very good at one thing, whilst others are not very good at it. And then we can help each other fill in the blanks, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody is perfect, my little creature. Not everybody can be amazing at absolutely everything. So we can help each other, can't we? We can do the things that we are good at and think deep down, really, genuinely, I think it is impossible to waste time. There is no such thing. There is no such thing as wasting time, because every experience is an experience and is valid and has something to offer. Even if you are just having fun, in my opinion, actually that is extremely important and valuable, to have fun. What do we do in life once our basic needs are met? We have fun. We invent things, don't we? We invent funny ways to have fun, tell jokes, play games, engage in leisure activities. That's what we do once all our basic needs are met. And so surely that could be perceived as the highest attainable goal, to have fun. I think so. I think so personally. I think having fun is very important indeed. Tip-top important. What purpose does laughter serve biologically, evolutionarily? There is none, surely. Perhaps you could argue something like social cohesion. It helps social cohesion, helps strengthen social bonds, but not really. Come on, laughter occurs even when you're on your own. Happens to me all the time when I'm on my own. I'm laughing at thoughts and jokes and ideas and things that I see. Laughter is so spontaneous, don't you think? And so wonderful. So wonderful. Probably my favorite thing in life, period. 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 I love to laugh. I love to laugh so much. It's my favorite thing. It is my favorite thing. And yet, yes, it does not serve any simple biological or evolutionary function, and yet, in my opinion, it is my most highly valued thing in life. Yes, indeed. What do you think, little creature? Do you think I've rambled enough for the day? Do you think I've filled that little tiny brain of yours with stupid thoughts from my tiny little brain? I've been transferring thoughts from my brain into your brain, haven't I? Transferring thoughts. And that's actually quite magical if you think about it. The ability for us simply to communicate ideas from my brain to yours. You know, little creature, I remember watching a long time ago now a short little interview with Elon Musk, and you know he has a company that makes Neuralink. Neuralink, it's a chip, a little sort of microchip that they put inside your brain, and at the moment it is basically allows you to do things neurologically that you may not be able to do. For example, it's being used for people with disabilities, with neurological disabilities, and it helps them to do things that they otherwise couldn't do. Now that is phenomenal. Obviously, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But in this interview, Elon Musk was talking about the potential future of Neuralink and what it could be when it becomes more advanced and when it becomes more commercialized. And in that aspect, more people would have Neuralink. You know, not necessarily people who are disabled, but just everyday people. It could become like a smartphone, you know what I'm saying? Everybody might have a Neuralink chip installed in their brain. Personally, I think that's absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And I don't think I would ever have a chip implanted in my brain. No. misinterpret what we say, maybe because I explain myself poorly, or I use a bad choice of words, or maybe the tone of my voice conveys something that I didn't mean to convey, you know. So information is misunderstood, or something, some sort of subtext or hidden meaning is taken from the message when it was not intended that way. Now, those mistakes will be totally and utterly eradicated if we do have microchips in our brain, because the information will simply be sent perfectly. The medium of communication will be perfect. There will be no room for mistakes. It's kind of like the difference between a phone call and a text message. In a text message, the information is there, black and white. You can't mistake it, right? It is what it is. But if you're making a phone call, it's very easy to mishear somebody. Maybe you think they say one thing, but they actually said another, simply because of the quality of the phone, or I guess maybe the sound is not perfect. But text is far superior, in my opinion, far superior indeed. Okay, my little creature, I do believe now that I have rambled long enough, don't you? You're probably sick of me by now, aren't you? Sick of looking at my face, my giant face staring down at you, sick of me drawing all over your face, sick of me saying these strange things, strange little thoughts that keep appearing in my brain. Where do they appear from? Who put those thoughts there? Who put those thoughts in my brain? I don't know. Anyway, there we go, little creature. There we go, little creature. Your face is looking absolutely beautiful, as always, but now it looks like enhanced. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like your natural beauty has been enhanced by my drawing skills and my absolute artistic capabilities. You are so welcome. You are so welcome, little creature. So welcome. Anyway, you can go home and wash off this whenever you want, okay? I hope you enjoyed our little therapy session today. Hope you found it relaxing. That was the only goal today, just have a little bit of relaxation. So, you know, I hope you had some relaxation, and I'll probably see you again in the future, won't I, little creature? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And we shall do all manner of fun, tingly, relaxing things again in the future. It shall be wonderful and marvellous. I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing you again, little creature. My little creature. Goodbye, little creature. Take care out there in the outside world. You'll do just fine. I'm certain of it. I am absolutely certain. Everything will be okay. Goodbye. Goodbye, little creature. Bye 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 bye. Hello there, little creature. Good to see you again today. Very good to see you as always. Now then, my little creature, I have been tasked with measuring you today. That is right. That is right. Everybody has taken a bit of a curiosity to you, my little creature. Yes, indeed. Everybody is very curious about you. Sorry, little creature, I just like doing that. I like to tippy tap on your face. Is that okay? You don't mind, do you? You don't mind if I do a little tippy tap on your face, do you? Ah, you thought I'd finished, but then I did one more, didn't I? Silly me. Silly me, little creature. Sorry, I'm in a funny little mood today. Funny mood, even more silly than usual, I think. But let's focus my hair has reached this length. There's absolutely hair everywhere in the office now. Absolutely everywhere. It gets all over the place, it gets all over the equipment and whatnot. Is that hygienic? Is that sanitary? I think it is. Is hair messy? No. Hair is nice and clean, isn't it? My hair is nice and clean anyway. I take good care of it. Yes, I do, little creature. Yes, I do. Okay, enough rambling. Let us have a little look, shall we? Let us have a little look. Oh, interesting features you have there. Some little creature features. Oh, sorry about that. It's a little bit. This magnifying glass, it's a bit old and clunky. Very interesting. I like what I'm seeing so far. I'm taking a good look at you, little creature. And I like what I'm seeing. Yes, indeed. Let me just double check though here first, okay? Let me just double check. There is one last thing that I do want to double check. Okay, one last thing that I do want to double check. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. Okay. Let me just get set up so I can take notes efficiently. I must make every process and everything that I do as efficient as possible, not just time efficient, energy efficient. I don't want to waste energy moving things around and being disorganized. No. We must take everything seriously, make it as efficient and optimal as possible. We must optimize every process. Let me just check my notes though. Let me just check my little notes here. Okay, I think I'm ready to begin now. Let me get my little pen out. Excellent. Let's see, I think the first measuring tool that we shall use shall be the simple measuring tape. The nice bendy one. What is this? A tailor's tape? Is that what it's called? A tailor's tape? Maybe. That would make sense. It is optimal for tailors to use, isn't it? It's perfect because you can wrap it around things. Rapido, supremo, wrap it around things. Okay. Let us take a few measurements at a time, I think. And then I shall write those down, you know what I'm saying? Okay, little creatures, stay nice and still for me, please. Hang on a minute, I need to get this perfect. Okay, need to get this perfect. 3.2 there. Let's go 3.2 there. What's that in centimeters though? What is that in centimeters? 6 minutes. Okay. And let us see the equivalent measurement how symmetrical you are. That's actually wonderful. That's actually wonderful. Symmetry is like as close to perfection as you can get, isn't it? My little golden ratio creature. One, two. Oh, are you my little golden ratio creature? My little golden ratio creature. Oh, wonderful. 117.2. Okay. Okay. Let me just write this down here. Meters, okay. Okay, good. Good. We're making excellent progress here, my little creature, but we do have many measurements to take. Many measurements to take. I hope you don't get bored. Are you bored, little creature? Are you bored? Let us get back to the millimeter side, of course, of the measuring tape. The millimeter side of the measuring tape. What is this one? 19. Was that it? Was that it? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my little creature. 19.2. Let's take a look at this measurement. This one, 94.3. Interesting. Let's see over here though. What about this one? What is that one? Okay. Just trying to line this up perfectly. Okay, that's good. That is good information. Okay, excellent, my little creature. Let me just get a better look, if I may. On this location here, this location here requires some very precise measurement indeed. Very precise measurement indeed. What the heck is that? Interesting features you have here. Some interesting features. They're a little bit out of shape. I might go so far as to say that these features appear. These ones. These features appear they're an unusual shape. It's not necessarily a bad thing though. No. Have you noticed, little creature, that sometimes these models, these fashion models, these runway models, some of them, they are beautiful, of course, but some of them have unusual features, kind of like yours. Kind of like up here. You have a bit of an oddness to the shape of these features. Just kind of like the runway models. The ones that maybe they have an unusual smells a little peculiar. What do you think? I think it smells interesting. I would say pleasant. Pleasant. It smells pleasant, but it has a very distinct smell. One that I only really associate with this measuring tape. Maybe I associate it with, shop, with workshop environment. Maybe. Okay. Oh gosh, sorry, it's very clicky, isn't it? It's very clicky. Quite loud, actually. The clickiness sometimes it's a little bit loud, isn't it? But don't worry, little creature, don't worry. I will make absolutely certain that your precious little ears are as well defended from the harsh clicky sounds as possible. We're going to look after your little ears whilst so we need to get these features here, but the curvature, oh, let me see there. Okay, there. What is that? So we're going from about 98.3 to 103.1. Going from 98.3 to 103.1. Okay. Now then, I want to take the curvature from the midpoint to the quarter point over here, the midpoint to the quarter point over here. Okay, let me see. 101 to 104, roughly. And then on the other side, the midpoint to the quarter point here, the midpoint to the quarter point here, the midpoint to the quarter point. What is that one? So we're looking here from 101 to 105, roughly. 105, is that correct? What is the distance between them though? What is the distance between them? Okay, this one going from 97. Okay. And if that is the case, then the midpoint, that one. Okay, good. Don't worry, little creature, I'm almost done. There we go, that one. 7.107. Almost done, little creature. You have performed so well today. So well for me, so well. 399. You know what, my little creature? You know what? Let me just double check here. Let me just double check my notes. Perfect, absolutely perfect. I do believe, my little creature, that I have got all the measurements that I need, and I've taken them all down, written them all down, you see, with my little pen, my little clipboard and paper there. Yes, I've got all the measurements that I need from you today, written them all down nice and neatly. Well, semi-neatly. You know, sometimes doctors, we have messy little handwriting, don't we? Messy little handwriting. But that's okay as long as I can understand the notes. That's the important thing. And that is why I must type them up now, okay? I must type them up nice and neatly so that all my colleagues can understand them. All my colleagues. We are absolutely so fascinated with you, little creature. I must say, myself and my colleagues, totally, utterly fascinated, captivated by you. Yes, indeed. You are quite the little specimen, little creature, little specimen. How wonderful. I'm just trying to neatly tidy up everything now. You know how I am. I like my office to be perfectly your favorite video game, little creature? Tell me, let me know what is your favorite video game. What is mine? Probably something from the Zelda series, probably maybe Zelda Ocarina of Time, or the new ones maybe, or maybe Pikmin. You know, I love Pikmin. I absolutely love Pikmin, you know. And also Final Fantasy X. That has a special place in my heart. Final Fantasy X. Absolutely adore that game. Played that when I was a child, you know, when I was young. So that has a special place in my heart. There's so many great video games, actually. Now that I think about it, so many